What's up, YouTube? Back again with another rant. And I've been wanting to do this forever. I keep saying that I'm gonna do this rant, so I might as well get right into it. I'm gonna be doing a top 20 of my favorite 4-player multiplayer games. This may go into 2 parts because I'm not sure if I can record videos longer than 15 minutes. But we'll see what happens. So without wasting my time or yours, let's get right into it. Number 20. Naruto Classic Ninja 2. This is the sequel to the first Naruto game. And what I like about Naruto Classic Ninja 2 is it has more stories in the story mode. It has more characters and lets you play up to 4 players, unlike the first game. They have more characters from the hit TV show like Ino, Shikamaru, Kiba, Gaara, Kankuro, the Hyuga cousins, Hinata and Neji. This is my favorite Naruto game of all time, and it deserves to be on this list of my top 20 favorite 4-player multiplayer games of all time. So, there you have it, Naruto Classic Ninja 2. Number 19, WWE All-Stars. This was the first time I've ever played a WWE game since SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. I eventually stopped playing WWE games after SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. Then years later I decided to get back and play WWE games, and this was the first one in this generation. And what I like about this game is there's 2 generations, 1 ring. The greatest WWE matches haven't happened until now. See this? Half old school, half new school. And it has a bunch of superstars and legends such as The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, Kane, Big Show, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, Bret the Hitman Hart, Sergeant Slaughter, Macho Man Randy Savage, Ultimate Warrior, John Cena, Rey Mysterio, that bastard The Miz, Sheamus, the Viper Randy Orton. Oh, Hulk Hogan is in here too, and Andre the Giant, and of course the game, the cerebral assassin Triple H. So I mostly stay playing as legends such as The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. But this is the only WWE game that I currently own right now. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy some more, but this is the only WWE game I have. Because I miss some of the old WWE games back when it was WWF, the Attitude Era, like SmackDown and SmackDown 2, Know Your Role. So that's WWE All-Stars. Number 18, Super Smash Brothers, the first one. Now this game could have been in my top 10 or my top 5, but this is my list, so please don't get mad just because I don't have the first Super Smash Brothers in my top 5 or top 10. Of course, Super Smash Brothers is like the best Nintendo 64 game of all time, and it's the best 4-player multiplayer game for the Nintendo 64. And it has the first 12 Nintendo characters: Mario, Pikachu, Donkey Kong, Yoshi, Kirby, Link, Ness, Jigglypuff, Captain Falcon, Fox, and Samus. And I think I said Donkey Kong, but if I didn't, there you go. Super Smash Brothers, fun game to play with. And I'll be watching Broken Champions 4-player Friday Let's Play of Super Smash Brothers. It's a really fun game. I have it on my Wii, downloaded it from the Wii Shop channel, and I still play it to this day. Super Smash Brothers. Number 17, The Simpsons arcade game. This has to be the best Simpsons game of all time. I used to play The Simpsons arcade game at the movie theaters. They used to have the Simpsons arcade machine there, and I would play it until it was time to go home from the movie theaters. the good news and bad news about the Simpsons arcade game is they had put it on the PlayStation Network and the Xbox Live Arcade. That was good, but the bad news is they fucked up and they lost the license to it. So if you downloaded the Simpsons arcade game on the PlayStation Network or Xbox Live Arcade, you can no longer play the Simpsons arcade. I'm sorry. All I can say is you have to find an emulator to play the Simpsons arcade game. And I stay as Bart and Marge, and sometimes Homer and Lisa. They're okay too. But yeah, I'll be watching Let's Plays of the Simpsons arcade game where 4 players are playing. And the Simpsons arcade is really fun. The best Simpsons game of all time. Always has been and always will be. Number 16, Mario Kart 64. I've already did a review on this game on my Facebook last year to celebrate its 20th anniversary, so I'm not going to say too much about Mario Kart 64. This is the second best 4-player multiplayer game for the Nintendo 64, with Super Smash Bros. Being the first. And this was the second Mario Kart game after Super Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo. And they also added Wario. Who else? Wario and Donkey Kong, I believe, replacing Donkey Kong Jr. and Koopa Troopa. And there's nothing more I can say about Mario Kart 64. It's the second best 4-player multiplayer game for the Nintendo 64 and my favorite game in the Mario Kart series. Number 15. Now, almost every Wii owner needs to have this game. Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I'm not gonna explain why do I like this. It's Smash Bros. Brawl. I don't give a fuck who you are. If you don't own a Wii, then you don't have this game. And this was the reason why I wanted the Wii back in Christmas of 2009. Because it's obviously the best Nintendo Wii game. So if you own a Wii system, then you definitely need to get this game. And it's hard to believe that it's now 10 years old. It was released the same day the greatest rapper of all time died on March 9th, the Notorious B.I.G. So yeah, you ain't got Super Smash Bros. Brawl, you need to get it. Best Wii game ever. And it was the fighting game of the year between 08 and 09. Number 14, Def Jam Vendetta. This was the first Def Jam game by Def Jam Records, and it's my favorite wrestling game of all time. What I like about this game is that it has some hip-hop artists, whether they still rap for Def Jam or they used to rap for Def Jam, such as DMX, Ludacris, Scarface, Joe Budden, Capone and Nori, Ghostface Killah from Wu-Tang, Method Man and Redman, Keith Murray, Dub C, and those pretty much all the hip-hop artists that are in this game. It also has amazing makeup characters too, like Chuckles, Nine, Manny, Pocket, Snowman, House, etc. That was back when Def Jam had good hip-hop artists. Now Def Jam Records sucks ass because they have crappy hip-hop artists like Designer. You go from signing hip-hop artists like Redman, Ludacris, Method Man, Keith Murray, DMX, Slick Rick, LL Cool J, Public Enemy, hell, even Ja Rule and Jay-Z. Then you go to sign crappy artists like Designer. Seriously? But yeah, Def Jam Vendetta, best wrestling game ever, and one of my favorite 4-player multiplayer games of all time for the GameCube. Number 13, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Battle Nexus. This was the sequel to the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, based on the 2003 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series. And I remember one of my childhood friends kept begging me to try to get this game for Christmas or my birthday. And after so long, I finally got this game on eBay 10 years ago. And here it is in my GameCube collection 10 years later. And it also lets you play the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game. But yeah, this is not that bad of a 4-player game. What I hate about this game, while you're playing with 4 players, is the camera. It doesn't really zoom out far enough, especially when you're doing a wall jump, which is kind of terrible. Not kind of terrible, really terrible. But I really don't care that much about Ninja Turtles 2 Battle Nexus right now, but back then I used to love this game. Now, not so much. Unless I'm playing with 3 friends or 3 family members. Number 12. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Melee. The first ever Ninja Turtles fighting game based on the 2003 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series. And besides it having a melee and adventure mode, it also lets you play mini games such as Last Man Standing and King of the Hill. And also lets you pick up weapons such as crates, swords, axes, etc. I stay playing as the 4 turtles, Leo, Don, Raph, and Mikey. And sometimes April O'Neil and Master Splinter. They also let you play as some of the villains like the Shredder, Han, Foot Ninja. Also, Casey Jones is in here too. But yeah, there you have it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Melee. Number 11, and I think I just mentioned this game too. Def Jam Fight for New York. What can I say about Def Jam Fight for New York? Oh my God. This game right here, the best Def Jam game ever. And unlike the first Def Jam game, this has more hip-hop artists such as Busta Rhymes, Fat Joe, Snoop Dogg, Mobb Deep, X to the Z Exhibit, Warren G, Mac 10, Slick Rick, Lil Kim, Lil Flip, Memphis Bleek, Freeway, Flavor Flav, David Banner, Bone Crusher, and many more. And they also have celebrities that are not in the hip-hop community, such as Henry Rollins, Carmen Electra, Omar Epps, better known as Q in Juice, and Danny Trejo. Oh, the OG original gangsta Ice-T is in here too.